The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
We haven't heard much from director Panos Cosmatos in over 5 years, but that doesn't mean that the man hasn't been busy. The director of Beyond the Black Rainbow and Mandy has been slowly putting together his third feature, Flesh of the Gods. This little opus will star Kristen Stewart and Oscar Isaac. And guess what? Kevin Walker has been poised to write the screenplay. Already been written, in fact, which is a huge bonus. Now, I'm going to set up the stage for you here. Set in 1980s LA, a married couple go out every night to enjoy the big city nightlife. They meet upon a mysterious figure known as Nameless and her troupe. They are then brought to a world of hedonism and violence. Now, I don't know about you, but that spells winner in my book. But what do you think? Is Cosmatos Mania running wild in your brain with this news? Call Wolfie at 4 a.m. and tell him all about it. And welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 614 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also, the lair of lost swag within the Wonka Chateau, and we are also broadcasting from Casa de Negative Zero. Sorry. And it is the three of us. And on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the film Immaculate from director Michael Mohan and starring Sydney Sweeney. We'll be talking about that, get all religious up in your face. And for those listening live, if you guys want to join in on the fun and get your voice messages in about the movie, about religious horror in general, or just any old thing, you can send it to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. Shoot us a voice message. We'd love to hear from you. All right. We're live. We're doing it.
Yeah,
what
boy.
are we doing? What's going on?
I'll tell you right now, the detoxing denouement has come and gone. I'll tell you that much, brother.
Didn't last very long, huh?
No, it lasted long enough, Wolfie. It lasted as did as what I was fucking told. But as of for those listening along, I got my all clear, kid. Let's blow this thing and go home from Dr. Bling this past Wednesday, so I can lift. You know what I mean? Over 10 pounds.
You've been going to the gym then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm hitting
Hitting the weights? Hitting the gym?
Yeah, tomorrow's a lung day.
Lung day? Yeah.
I see you practicing right now.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy work out. Okay, it's
Listen.
It's the funniest thing in the world to watch. This. He let me tell you something. Okay, we used to work out with Smoke and Tie, right?
You guys worked out, but yeah.
Well, yeah, we worked out. We don't know what you were doing.
I know what I was doing.
Yeah. But he would, we're lifting like 100-pound weights, 120-pound weights. This guy here, because he's got arms like pipe cleaners, he can't lift a fucking 20 pounds. He's there, and he's like this. He's just like trying, and he's having a bitch of a time trying to get a fucking 20-pound weight up in the air.
Don't muscle shame him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't muscle shame him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
See what he's doing, Wolfie? No, listen, what color is the sky in your world? Because I don't remember it like that. But, might be like some, dating sometimes. I was punching up my weight class, I just wanted to hang. I wanted you to like me. Fuck you. You could have encouraged me is what you could have done.
I would agree with that. You could have encouraged him.
Don't think that we didn't. Of course we did. We said, come on, you could put up to 30 pounds, couldn't you?
I don't feel this is a safe space, Wolfie.
It's probably not.
It's like watching Pee Wee Herman doing his old Pee Wee's Big Adventure, you know?
I remember that very differently.
Oh, I have a very vivid memory of this because I never forgot it. Britney Spears poster on the wall.
Remember that?
Yep, and at the Manor, and
I think it was like Bruce Lee, Kurt Angle, and Britney Spears were all in the same area.
Yeah,
that's
you're
a
right.
fucking quartet. Wait, was it 4 or 5? Quartet.
Barbershop Quartet.
Yes, there you go.
Quartet Smith.
Quartet
Quartet S. No, listen. You know what? I'm glad you ate that tampon. Okay, you want to talk memories? Remember when you ate the ants on the Doritos?
Yes, I remember. I ate.
Those weren't Doritos; they were potato chips.
Yeah.
No, they were potato chips. He's right.
I know. Yeah, I remember you had cheese sauce too.
Yes, I remember. I ate the ants all over the potato chips. I remember eating a tampon. Yes, I remember all of that. I never forgot it. Luckily, I saved a string so I could floss my teeth later.
Yeah. Remember when you passed out with your own joke?
I remember that too.
Is this the fucking
This is your life.
self-deprecating hour? Are we just gonna talk shit about everyone?
Remember when Wolfie was late all the time? Oh shit.
Who was first one here tonight? Boom, boom.
Yeah, you have to let us know that you're in, man.
Do you hear that a lot, Master Zero?
No,
Not
he
as
doesn't
often.
actually.
Not as often as you think.
Oh man, so we have a few people hanging out in the chat already. We have bear dances. Does that mean anything to you guys? Bear dances. BEAR. Bear dances.
Nope.
Isn't that the paint company?
No, that's BEHR.
Oh.
All right. Well, Bear Dances is hanging out. What's up, Bear Dances? And Bear Dances says, "Ain't no quit in Raven Shadow."
It's true, man.
And Evil Corny's here. What's up, Corny?
Hey, Corn.
He says, "How many packs a day are you up to right now, Raven Shadow?"
Listen, I'll tell you this. Let me tell you something. I went 15 days without having a cigarette during my
Wow, 15 consecutive days.
15?
No, not consecutive.
Okay, that's what. All right, hold on now. Yeah, okay.
Over the past years.
Yeah, not in a row. No. I went 7 days cold turkey for the first eye. You know,
Yep.
went back to reality.
What? What? I mean, never mind. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
And then I went 8 days for my left eye. And I didn't.
So it was like Hanukkah.
It was like 15 crazy fucking nights.
Did you light the fucking candles every night?
I was lighting fucking I was smoking candles, dude.
He's just holding them up, trying to take a tug.
What's that candle company? American Candle, Crazy Coke.
Yankee?
Yankee Candle.
Oh, the Yankee Diddler Candle Company?
Yeah. I was fucking freebasing the Yankee Candle Diddler brand.
Yankee what?
Yankee Diddler. I'm a Yankee Doodle Diddler.
Oh, and Bear Dances. How could I have forgotten? He posted, lest we forget, it's it's our pal. He was posting photos of bears dancing for women.
Like Aries? Yeah.
Like Aries. No, not that kind of bear. Like a furry.
Oh.
Do you remember? In the chat with our pal. The goddamn pals.
Goddamn pal.
The bear dances.
Pals, yes. Okay.
I'm still hung up on the Cody one we looked at today.
Oh, yesterday, you mean?
Oh, yesterday.
I don't know if that if that can be played. It's
no.
It's not for us to play, anyways. It's for us to listen
right.
to. We can listen to it and enjoy. But yeah, I think there's like a meme, or I don't know if it's a meme or just a general belief that Cody is a ended racism.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
Where Cody starts, racism ends. I fucking lost it.
I'm not going to say it, but do you remember his name in that song?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yep, I do.
All right, let me go back to the chat room. Marion says, hello, gents. Does everyone like Raven Shadow's new shades? I love him. I commented on him. It looks like he's about to do a 15-second pose.
Yeah.
What do you think of him, MZ?
Well, they certainly fit his face.
Are you sure about that?
No, I mean they fit his look, but
he looks like Johnny Depp, fucking Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I live in a world of fucking limited masturbation. I'll tell you that much.
A world of limited masturbation.
Yeah. Doctor's orders. Sucks, Wolfie.
Living in a world of limited
masturbation.
Oh man,
this new Wonka got dark.
This is the Wonka that we should have gotten instead of that crap we got in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, right.
God damn.
Who's better, Johnny Depp or Timothy Chalamet?
The Chalamet. Yeah.
I didn't see the Chalamet one. I saw the Depp one though. No one can compare though to fucking Gene Wilder.
Better believe it.
He's the fucking man.
The fucking man. The great Gene Wilder.
Yes.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah, such
the
a
king.
brother.
King, yeah.
Yeah. He was so great because of what all the stuff he just didn't do.
What, like beat up homeless people, or like what are you talking about?
I mean that's a good thing.
Right.
I don't condone that. No, but I think he did like the small things. Like he just wasn't like he just was Gene Wilder.
So it's like the notes you don't play are as important as the notes you play, Raven Shadow.
It's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you. I think
you do. Yeah, actually, you could pass for like a fucking jazz, a jazz player, jazz musician.
Especially with the cigarette hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Mouth. Yeah, you got to have it dangling though.
Yeah.
There you go.
On the fucking piano, you look like fucking shirt open, like.
You look like the bassist of fucking Huey Lewis. I think he used to do that all the time.
I got the blues so bad. I got the no masturbation blues.
Wait, what was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. I'm right, actually. Like I did remember he used to play with a fucking cigarette hanging out of his mouth almost all the time. And he he had the sideburns and the big glasses.
Yeah.
The bases. Yeah. That's my second concert.
It was mine. Oh wait, yeah, it was mine too. My second concert.
Yeah, at the Centrum.
Yeah, 1988. Sports.
Yep.
Or was it 4?
Sports. The sports tour.
Wait, was that 4 or sports?
No. Oh wait, no. 4 was 1988. Sports was 83.
Okay, so I saw the 4 tour then.
Oh, okay.
Which one did you see?
I saw Power of Love and all that shit. The fucking I Want a New Drug.
You went when you were fucking 6 years old?
Yeah, bro. My mom took me to It was 80.
Yes.
It was 84. Like my mom took me to go see Prince. Was my first concert, and then we saw Huey Lewis in the News, and Clarence Clemens was playing. I think or maybe in the band beforehand. I don't know. I saw Clarence Clemens play, but I like the Power of Love, dude.
Clarence Thomas. I think you mean
Clarence Thomas played.
Clarence Clemens, I think.
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas was on the mic. It was a weird show. Nobody wanted his microphone afterwards.
Wonder he's got such a grumpy look on his face all the time nowadays.
Yeah.
No, I said Clarence Clemens.
He got rid of the rock and roll lifestyle to play an asshole judge.
Mario
really well,
Mario Cipollina. That's the bassist.
Oh, the great Mario Syphilis. What's his name?
Mario Cipollina.
It's Italian.
Hey, Mr. Cipollina, Mr. Ron Cipollina.
Mr. Mario Cipollina.
Mr. Mario Cipollina.
Mario Cipollina.
Yeah, that guy
I'm
was...
friend him on Facebook.
I went to go see them in concert about, maybe about 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Who did?
Yeah.
Your mom did?
My mom and my dad.
Oh.
About 12 or 13 years ago, yeah.
They didn't want to take you.
He was a good show, man.
Yeah. I would love to see Huey Lewis, but, his time has passed now. Or is he still touring?
Yeah, he's still rocking it, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Good for him.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Wasn't he in duets?
I think you're right, yeah.
Didn't he have a late career resurgence in duets?
Duets.
My third concert was Motley Crue and Warren open. It was on the Dr. Feelgood tour, and they were on the Dirty Rotten Stinking Filthy Rich thing.
I'm trying to think. Mine might have been an '89 Metallica and Justice for All tour. I don't know if I saw another one in between those, but at least chronologically, that's the one that I remember next. And Queensryche opened up for him.
Us dope for Metallica.
Yeah, Queensryche on the Operation Mindcrime album.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was
that's cool.
That was pretty badass.
My first concert was Poison.
Oh, nice.
Back in '89, and Tesla opened up for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Poison 4 times. I saw ZZ Top 4 times. Let's see. Saw Guns N' Roses.
I never saw GNR, really.
Use Your Illusion tour.
Yeah, I never saw GNR either.
And Soundgarden opened up for him.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I remember that tour, actually.
Yeah.
That was early.
Yeah. December 5th, 1991. I never forgot that date.
It'll live in infamy.
Yeah, it will.
I'm trying to think. The first one I ever went to, I mean, I remember that clearly. I went to go see the 5150 Van Halen tour. Their first tour with Sammy Hagar singing.
Oh, wow.
And fucking Bachman Turner Overdrive opened up.
Really?
Yeah. It was such a weird fucking opener.
I got one. I saw MC Hammer live.
Nice.
And I think Vanilla Ice opened for him. I think.
Oh, wow.
I got to ask a buddy of mine. I'm going to see him on Sunday.
You know what? You could actually ask a buddy of yours named Google.
He didn't go with us.
What year was it? Or roughly?
When was Ice Ice Baby? What, 91 probably? You can't touch this?
So it was a Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him world tour.
You fucking know it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, Hammer Don't Hurt Him. Always a big MC Hammer mark.
I'm trying to see here. Was it in Worcester?
Yeah, Worcester Centrum. And I remember my buddy Mike had he had long, like, curly hair and a black suede jacket with frills, and people were calling him like Bon Jovi, like, "What are you guys doing here?" Because we were the only white boys with long hair.
Could it have been September 27th, 1990?
It very well could have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it would have had to have been.
I found a review of it, it's not letting me access the article. That sucks.
Let's see. I seen AC/DC twice. I saw them open up their world tour, Razor's Edge world tour.
Really?
With the Centrum. That's where they opened up their world tour, Razor's Edge. And then I saw them again at the Boston Garden during their Ball Breaker tour.
Really?
Sorry to interrupt, MZ. It was Oh, he just disappeared. Never mind. I'll wait. Ball Breaker Tour, you said?
Ball Breaker Tour, yes. Let me see what else. The strangest one was going to see. I went to go see ZZ and opening up for them, Vince Neil solo.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
shit!
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Yeah, Bobby Black.
See, saw Metallica. This was during the Reload tour. I think I think it was 311 that opened up for him. So it was like
no, 311 did not open up for Metallica. Did they really?
I think so.
And I like early 311, but I cannot imagine that bill. Metallica fans would go fucking mental. I mean, you're probably right, but that's very surprising to me. I saw Belle Biv DeVoe.
By the way, so I found out the tour, Raven Shadow. It was MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and En Vogue.
Wow.
Ooh.
And we were there. Holy shit. Yeah. That had to have been like never gonna get it. No, you're never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it.
Never get it.
Never get it.
So let me catch up on the chat room. There's obviously a lot going on. Marion says, those are my glasses. You steal her glasses?
Yeah, listen, yeah. They're women's sunglasses. And yeah, I look fabulous.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hope you burn in hell.
Creepy Girl's hanging out. What's up, Creepy Girl?
Creepy girl.
Hey, babe.
And let's see. Bear Dances says, ha ha ha, Cody. Rocky IV ended the Cold War. Cody ended racism. Our boy D Rook is hanging out. What's up, Rook?
D Rook.
Said evening trick or treat crew and friends.
I'm gonna see that brother this Saturday at Free Comic Book Day.
Nice.
Give him a hug and a kiss.
You remember Slaughter?
Oh yeah.
With Vinnie Vincent? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I
saw Paul Abdul.
Did you really?
Yeah. And Miami Sound Machine.
Look at you going to all these.
Dude.
I saw
the Monkeys.
I did see one pop show. I forget what year it was. It might have been 88 or 89 actually. So maybe it was like my third or fourth concert. My mom wanted to go see Mariah Carey, and so I went with her. I forget who opened though.
You go see Mariah Carey.
I don't remember. I'll have to look. Look at this guy.
Bobby, I want a Mariah Carey t-shirt.
Bear Dances said Clarence Thomas Clearwater Revival. That was like 10 minutes ago.
That's a new cover band.
And
the weirdest one that I went to something called, and this was at the Great Woods. It was called the New York Rock and Roll and Soul Review. And as a matter of fact, I tried looking it up about a year ago, trying to find out something about this, if there's any history on it. Apparently it's something that's still going around.
Huh.
But I distinctly remember Michael McDonald being on that bill.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know the lyrics, so.
Okay.
How I Okay. Wolfenstein at the show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the one concert that separates it all from the rest is, and I went to this. I saw Billy Joel and Elton John at Sullivan Stadium.
Billy Joe.
Oh, wow. Billy from Green Day?
Yeah. Billy Joel and Elton John at Sullivan Stadium.
That's good. That's a dope show.
It was amazing. And then I saw Billy Joel again solo at the Worcester Centrum. So,
yeah,
because I'm a big Billy Joel.
He's like, so go me. That's
Billy Joel.
No, that's
like
that's a good bill. I wasn't
That's a good bill.
I wasn't into them really at the time. I would listen to them and appreciate them now, but I was a total metalhead. Well, aside from Mariah Carey, I guess. But good.
I've seen Suicidal Tendencies behind like an actual fence, like in Blues Brothers, King's X, Sepultura.
Oh yeah, we saw King's X together.
Yeah. Give me $1 or give me 50 cents.
Fucking love that song.
Fucking so good. Some Metallica.
Then we all went to go see the Aquabats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a hot show, man. It was sweating.
I've seen them like 4 times, I think. But
Yeah.
we saw them together. It was at the that festival, right? I forget the name of it. What was that thing? Because we saw them play.
Palladium.
Oh, well, I thought we saw them on a.
It was in Rhode Island, wasn't it?
Shit, what was the name of that fucking big festival? It was like the Warp Tour, the Vans Warp Tour.
Oh, a bunch of us went to go see that.
Yeah,
We had a
'cause-
caravan that day.
Because we didn't know who they were, and I think or maybe Joe did. I don't remember, but we saw them playing on like a flatbed
It was
truck.
a big flatbread. They're fucking
A
nuts.
flatbread truck, flatbread pizza.
They're really tiny guys.
They were playing on a flatbed truck that was like covered, and I remember the Bat Commander did a backflip, and like everyone was like skanking out because it was like the early stuff, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome!" And like from that point on, I just fucking love the Aquabats. But yeah, I've seen them like 3 or 4 more times after that, I think.
The Bat Commander is actually in reality an actor.
Yeah, Christian Jacobs, I think.
Yeah, and he played the one thing. There's 2 things I remember him on. One was he had a bit part on an episode of Married with Children.
Really?
Yeah, he was when Al had to get a job working at the burger shop with Pauly Shore.
Okay, I know I've seen it.
There's a scene where there's these 2 teenagers walking in and they're making the special sauce, and it's like hot water and a big bag of powder shit, and then mix it up in a big barrel and stuff. Well, that's Christian Jacobs. But what I know him better as is that he played Joey Stivic on the spin-off from All in the Family, a show called Gloria that only lasted season. It only lasted 1 season, and it starred Sally Struthers and Burgess Meredith and Lou Richards. So that's the best. That's where I know him best.
Did it not have Meathead in it?
No, Meathead was. By that time, Meathead had divorced. Him and Gloria had divorced, and he went to go. And he went to go live in a commune.
Wait. Let's unpack there. Did he cheat on her? How'd they break up?
They separated. If you watched All in the Family, the later years anyway, you'd know that they had trouble after they moved to California. They were having trouble with their marriage, and then ultimately they split up and they divorced.
You figure they move away from Archie and they get divorced. Like you'd think living with that fucking racist fuck would like be enough to like, honey, your dad's a fucking dick. But like they move on their own, they can like fuck all the time, and like that's when they break up.
So he wasn't in All in the Family. It was Archie Bunker's place.
Oh, that's right. It was Archie Bunker's place. My bad.
I mean, I didn't know that. I had to look it up. I'm looking at it, but I thought that I was like, well, I don't know if he's that old. But yeah, so he was in Archie Bunker's place, and 1 episode, Joey Stivic, and then he went on to do Gloria, 22 episodes of that.
Yep. Wow. And now look at Meathead now. Now he just completed doing the sequel to Spinal Tap, and we're waiting with bated breath on that one.
Well, he's also in Meatballs too.
Bob Reiner?
No, Meathead.
Oh, Meathead. That was a fucking weird viewing. The franchise took a turn in that picture.
I know, right? That's a fucking weird one.
What?
Meathead.
Meathead.
Like a
Was that
pot smoking alien.
Was that two? That was part 3, right?
It's 2.
Part 2. Part 3 was with Patrick Dempsey and Sally Kellerman, where she comes back. She's a dead porn star who comes back to help. Yeah.
That was Meatballs 3?
Yeah. And part 4, Meatballs 4 had Corey
Feldman.
Corey Feldman. And the whole thing centered around 2 camps vying for the lake. And it was a ski jump sort of contest going on to decide who was going to win the lake or win the other camp or whatever. It sucks. It's not good at all.
No.
But part 2 is awesome. Part 2 is great. It has John Larroquette in it, for Christ's sake.
And I mean, I did like part 3, but I don't recall it being a Meatballs brand. We need to do that. We need to we need to be camp counselors in a movie.
Oh God.
Carando, pick up.
Yeah, get a hold of Derek Mears.
Yeah.
Once they see our filmography, they're like, so you were, wait, let me get this straight. You were snuff organizer number 1? I don't know if we want you in this movie with kids.
And you were background extra that put himself into the shot, so you can always make the cut. Who went into business for himself. Every shot. Yeah.
Although MZ has a much better filmography than either of us.
Oh, for sure.
But
for sure.
You know, and at least I think you probably had character names in some of your movies, so that's a little bit better than being snuff organizer.
Number 1.
Although you were like snuff victim number 1 or something like that in Septic, weren't you?
I mean,
yes, I was. And if I have any pictures that I need to autograph, I'll just autograph it. Snuff victim number 1.
Speaking of like autograph, like how good does that guy do at the gimmick table? Is the flayed penis victim do? Like he must be knocking the gimmick table out.
Yeah,
dude.
MZ wishes he had gotten that role.
Yeah. But no,
Ollie
MZ's
wants
like
that
Quentin
role.
Tarantino. He's like saying he'll never work, he'll never fit in a movie again. Like
all right, let me catch up in the chat room. Bear Dance says my first concert was Alvin and the Chipmunks live. Nice. He said you should have seen the pit. Let's see. Marion says MZ, I was at that Tesla Poison concert. Marion was there. Evil Corny posted a gif of Word to Your Mother from Vanilla Ice. Bear Dances said, I saw the Vanilla Ice hardcore show at the Middle East downstairs in 2010. It was fucking unreal.
Wow.
I believe that was Days of the New that opened with Jerry Cantrell solo on the Reload tour. Talking about your Metallica experience.
Let's see, I saw Aerosmith back in the 98. I saw Aerosmith. Let's see. I've seen. Well, you can't really say it's an opening act. They were pretty much on the same level of a bill. But I saw ZZ Top with Leonard Skinner.
That's pretty good. Did
Yeah.
everyone fucking yell Freebird?
Yeah. For what it's worth, I mean, that part of the I mean, ZZ Top is awesome, but the Skinner part, it's like, that part of the show is like, oh, nothing but a redneck hillbillies just being themselves.
Did by the way, real quick, back to Christian Jacobs. Did you know that he was on an episode of The Love Boat, MZ? 1982.
1982?
Yeah. He was a character named BJ Lewis in one episode. Single episode.
Wow. Who did he hook up with?
I don't know. He was in 2 episodes of Highway to Heaven.
oh shit.
He was in V. Holy shit. He played a character named Billy in V from 1985.
Yeah,
Wow,
boy.
I
An alien.
probably. That's so crazy. I didn't know he was in all this shit. He was in Pretty in Pink, Boy in Record Store.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He was in Pretty in Pink?
Yeah. The Tracy Ullman Show. He was a character named Jerome in one episode. Let me see. Just the 10 of Us. He was in 2 episodes.
Yeah, boy.
He was in Gleaming the fucking Cube.
Gleaming the fucking Cube.
He was a character named Gremick. Does anyone remember that character name?
Gremick. Didn't he fucking lead the Dinobots?
I haven't seen that movie in a while. But yeah, you're right. In Married Children, 1 episode, he was Shep in that.
I know that name.
He was in 1 episode of Roseanne.
Sure.
The original, like 1990.
Oh.
He was in an episode of The Magical World of Disney.
Nice.
He was in Major Dad. Yeah, 1 episode of Major Dad.
Oh shit.
And then he stopped acting in 1994, which is about the time that the Aquabats, I think, were starting to make some noise.
Wow. Make some noise.
Yeah. But and then he did obviously he created his own show. I mean, Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
That and then the Aquabats Super Show, which is fucking awesome if you guys haven't seen that.
You know, I haven't. I need to.
You gotta. It's so good. It's so funny.
Really?
Like
I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
It's like the Monkeys, or like it's like one of those shows where they go on adventures, but they're
so they really are a band. They really are the Aquabats.
Yeah, but they're like superhero band, like a superhero band.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
And they go
It's
on
called the
adventures. It's the Aquabats Super Show.
Okay.
There is a couple seasons, I think. It's 16 episodes total, I guess. I thought it had more, but then they did the Aquabats Rad Ventures. They did more Yo Gabba Gabba. So they've had a few. But
how old is he?
He was born in 72. So he's younger than MZ.
Early 50s. Yeah.
Still looks good. Yeah, crazy. I didn't know he had such a extensive acting career prior to the Aquabats.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It's a good resume.
You'd think he would get more roles when he's done up as the Bat Commander. with the drawn in mustache.
And the mustache, yeah. Bear Dances says Gleam and the Grimace. And Evil Corner says, Marion, are you sure you didn't get those glasses from Stevie Wonder? Wow. Now he's glasses shaming you.
I know, what the fuck?
He wants Raven Shadow to sing Superstitious right now.
Very superstitious.
Eat the way.
On your live stream. I was thinking more like Bono.
Bono?
Bono.
Who's Bono? Eric Bono, the actor?
Yeah, Eric Bono. Puny Bono.
His glasses are rose colored. You can't.
Yeah.
You know, from you too.
Bono.
Bono.
I know.
Bear Dances just posted a gif of Stevie.
You remember those? Wasn't there a commercial? Am I misremembering this? That like it was a black and white like ad you'd see in like the newspaper, wherever the fuck you saw ads back in the day, and it was like Stevie Wonder holding an Atari controller, and it says, "If Stevie Wonder could see, he'd play Atari."
Oh my god,
that's fake, dude.
No, I think that's real.
No, it's fake.
Corny. 2 bears, 1 cup. You guys remember this?
2 bears, 1 cup.
What's his name? Dances with Wolves.
Bear Dances.
The bear shits in the woods.
Jesus.
Dances with Morris Day in the motherfucking time.
I fucking did that. Legit shoot. That video.
We got to see that video and get one of these.
That's awesome, yeah. I was so scared I was getting thrown out. for being the only white boy with long hair throwing metal up, like fucking like woo, like.
We got to see that. We got to watch that video again one of these days. That was a.
All right. Well, we could probably keep talking about concerts, but
yeah, we probably should get down to what we're talking about tonight.
Is there any? Let's see. Do you guys have any others you want to bring up before we close it out?
Concerts?
I'll tell you one. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this one, but I went to the Clash of the Titans in 1991 with Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth. Oh my God, was that it? Slayer, Anthrax,
Pantera?
No, and I think that was it. Let me just look it up. But the opener was a little-known band at the time, named Alice in Chains.
Wow.
And they almost got booed off the stage because people fucking hated them. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was at Van Halen, right?
Well, I saw them also open up for Van Halen. But no, This is before that. This was on one of their first tours after Man in the Box hit the video hit MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was let me just see the original. So Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax. Yeah, and Alice in Chains. Okay, so yeah, because I've seen a couple like big shows like that. Like I also saw Judas Priest on the Painkiller tour, and then Megadeth and Testament opened for them, which was fucking outrageous. But yeah, so yeah, a little known Alice in Chains played like a 30-minute set, and they were getting booed like almost the whole thing. People just wanted Slayer or Megadeth. They just wanted metal. They didn't want to hear anything that wasn't metal and a band that they didn't know about.
Yeah. Well, 90s rock sucks. Okay, let's really.
Well, Alice in Chains is fucking awesome. They were one of the best.
Yeah,
best
I don't
bands from
know,
the
dude.
90s.
Look at some 90s shit like Soundgarden, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 dropping. I mean, I know I'm not. I came a little bit after Wolfie, but I saw Metallica on the Black Tour, Megadeth versus Countdown to Extinction, Ramones twice, Madonna, Ozfest with Ozzy and Sabbath separately.
Ozzy sang for both, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Social D. I'm actually going to see next week. We're going to see Bad Religion and Social D in Boston.
Social Distortion still around, huh?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow. Let's see. Well, I saw Skid Row.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during the Slave to the Grind tour.
Wow. Was that killer?
It was amazing. It was good. Scorpions. Seen the Scorpions. Seen Damn
Gonky Park.
AC/DC. Saw a couple times. Who else? George Thorogood.
I got big balls.
Rufus and Ronaldo.
The funny thing about the Razor's Edge tour, where
Razor Ramon was there.
Hey Chico, you took me all night long.
He gave the Razor's Edge to Angus Young.
That'd be fucking awesome.
But there was this giant demonic Angus Young, like inflatable Angus Young.
Oh yeah.
The thing had to have been at least 100 feet across. It was enormous, just fucking huge. Okay, it was massive, and it just wouldn't inflate right. So the damn balloon
there
just kept on. So the damn balloon just kept on hitting like Chris Slade right on the head.
Oh shit, Chris Slade, really?
The drummer, yeah.
Yeah.
Just hitting him right on the head and everything while he's playing. He's like, and here's the big inflatable Angus Young just bopping him in the head. It's just not hitting right. Oh, hysterical.
I wasn't at this. So one other show I've seen Rammstein, and they were outrageous live, but this is not. I wasn't at the show where they got arrested, but they got arrested in Worcester for indecent exposure or something like that. They had like this mechanical penis that was like shooting like foam or suds into the crowd, and they got fucking arrested. It was like
so
it was a big story.
Deals. It was a fake deal.
Yeah, and they did it again. Like when I saw him in Worcester at the DCU or Centrum, I guess, they like made a joke of it, and they did it again. They used the thing, but I guess it's okay now or something.
Yeah, Worcester's all about shitting calm on the audience. We all love Worcester loves the Bukkake community.
One concert I almost went to. Almost.
I know the story.
And Joe and I were talking about it. Great White.
Yep, station.
Oh shit! Yeah, the fire.
Yeah, we talked about going to that, and then boy, are we glad we didn't.
Yeah,
my cousin Tina almost went too.
Yeah,
you know, and that totally could have been a thing if we were hanging out. Be like, let's go fucking see Great White. You know, like as a goof.
Yeah. Smartest movie ever made.
Fuck yeah! Right. No, I heard you guys almost did that.
It would have been once bitten, twice dead.
I did see. I saw Pantera twice. Once on the Ozfest, but once on the Cowboys from not Cowboys. Southern Trendkill tour, and I got the first song. I got kicked in the head by a boot, and this fucking earring.
Oh man!
And my glasses fucking flew off.
My glasses. Those glasses?
No, the ones you see for real. And to find like my glasses unbroken and fucking find my earring to put back in this fucking earring right here. Fucking take some fucking skill.
Same fucking earring?
Same earring, bro. This is the one. Yeah.
Why don't you change earrings?
I know. I've never taken them out, and it's starting to itch.
Oh god. All right, yeah, I thought of a few more, but we gotta stop.
Yeah.
We could just keep going and going.
Do you guys like the Beatles?
No.
That was like that. You know, that was awesome. Bill Farley.
Shit. Oh, okay. One last one. Faith No More, Angel Dust tour at the Worcester Odd.
Wow.
Helmet opened up, and the crowd pushed the rail. Basically, like pushed the rail down. So because I was in the section like not the. It was like it was just all floor seats. But the tickets closest to the stage were more expensive, and they just had like a barrier that was like blocking from that section. Some people knocked the whole barrier down, and like at that point, what are you gonna do? You know? So yeah.
Wow, I forgot all about Helmet. Damn.
But that was a pretty outrageous show. All right, that's gonna do it. We talk too much about concerts. Let me just see.
Can I do two real quick?
Before you do, hold on. Let me just catch up on that. I was just about to read the chat. Bear Dan says flatbed truck. See, I said it right. Flatbread truck runs like a charm, smacks the hood. And then D Rook said, I saw a Danzig headline on a 3/4 loaf of brioche, and there was still room on the stage for his mother. Oh shit.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Actually, I did see Danzig, and it was the first time I saw Power Man 5000. It was Power Man, the Electric Hellfire Club, which we got stories of, and then Danzig on the Black Acid Devil tour.
Oh, we've heard your Glenn Danzig story. He hates tweezers.
Yeah. So big time heat now.
Yeah, big time heat. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure
All
we
right.
could revisit this
All
conversation at a later date.
All right.
Maybe it's a Patreon episode or something.
All right, last one. Wu-Tang and Rage Against the Machine, dude. That was fucking dope.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
And it was pretty much everybody but ODB.
Was it after he passed?
No. It was on
Oh.
the Evil. It was on the Evil Empire tour. It was the Zach De La Roca actually broke his foot and the show was canceled. But there was a rumor that it might happen, so we drove out anyway. And I was underage at the time, so this girl bought us 40s that we were drinking with straws going into Great Woods. And then it turned out it was the only stop on the tour that sold out. So Rage had flew back to LA to do the Jay Leno show, and they flew back to Great Woods because he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the show. So he was jumping around on a big boot.
That's awesome. That reminds me of well, you mentioned Wu-Tang. I just wanted to bring up, I saw the Jizza in like a very small show. I think it was the Middle East, actually.
Wow.
Was the Middle East? It was very small, and like we were like Tanya and I were like pretty much right up against the stage, and he was fucking awesome. Like, I mean, I love his stuff anyways, but yeah, he was pretty outrageous. That was a lot of fun.
We saw Run DMC at fucking Worcester State in the gym.
Oh man!
The auditorium rather, where they have plays. All right, I'll stop.
All right, that's gonna do it. So let's start to wrap this up. I did mention the movie earlier, so we're gonna talk about Immaculate soon here. But if you guys want to help support the show, there's a few ways you can do so. The best way is through Patreon. Patreon.com. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. There we go. And you can join for as little as $2 a month. That's it. And it goes up from there. You can get into your own Patreon takeover if you go up into the highest tier. And yeah, any and all support we appreciate. We put out a new Patreon exclusive a couple weeks ago, and there'll be another one coming out. I'll probably get it out this weekend because we already got it in the can, so to speak. So we'll have another Patreon exclusive coming your way soon, and that one is about is the moms, the bad moms of horror.
Yep.
So we had a fun discussion about that. So that'll be out very shortly. So if you guys aren't already a supporter, you can sign up for as little as $2 a month, and you get access to all the Patreon exclusives. And in addition, if you want to help support in other ways, you can go to trickortreatradio.com. Just scroll down on the main page, look for the Amazon logo, click on it. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything they purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, though, Michael Raven Shadow.
Right. There is no convenience charge for booking these tickets, but it's another way to help keep the lights on.
Speaking of tickets, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So you can use that. And then finally, we have the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. And you can find those on trickortreatradio.com. Just click on store. It'll bring it right there. And you can go ahead and check those out, especially if you haven't been around for the duration of the show. The early years, I would say the first 6 or 7 years or so, is what we have in those in the greatest hits. And it's got some of the highlights, lowlights, midlights, everything in between, the songs, the interviews, the arguments, all that bullshit. Give it a look, give it a listen, and help support. All right, Michael Raven Shadow. So you sit down early. You watched the movie early this week. I was shocked. You watched it on the weekend.
Praise me.
Well, I kind of just did, didn't I?
I appreciate that, but someone is not doing it.
But I'm talking.
Thank you.
He's not.
I'll praise you. Hell, I'm shocked as shit.
See, thank you. No, thank you. I did. Well, yeah, I wanted to get ahead. I wanted to get ahead.
No, you didn't. There's probably another reason. Mary probably just really wanted to watch it or something.
But it's true, Wolfie. I did do that, but also I knew why I had to do that, because Hollywood came a knocking to my around my 9 to 5 job door, because this past Wednesday, this past Tuesday, they were blocking the streets because they were filming scenes from the Walking Dead Dead City spinoff, right in downtown Worcester, around Foster Street, Mechanic Street, Mercantile, like right near the Midtown Mall. They were blocking off. So Worcester is going to be New York, and they filmed Wednesday, and they're filming this coming Monday. So I'd walked down there, and they were blocking the streets off. I took a couple of pictures of the production trucks, the pharmacy campus. They put like a fake like New York hotels thing up. But as I'm walking around, I see this orange truck, and I look in it, and literally there's a box of trash bags, wire cables, wrenches, and a big brown dildo.
So it's just another normal day in Worcester.
So I'm gonna send you guys the fucking picture in our chat. But you got to zoom in because there were so many people around. I had my phone out. I didn't want someone else thinking I was picturing there, because they had a lot of interesting stickers of their affiliation on the truck. Like I was taking a picture of it, but I'm like, that's a fucking big brown dildo.
Awesome.
So, like, I am fascinated. I sent this to so many people, and I couldn't tell anybody I work with that. Not only as our commute might be late tomorrow morning because they're filming the Walking Dead spinoff, Dead City, and I'm still not sure why Negan and Maggie are hanging together. But I see a truck with a big brown dildo, so you better believe somebody else but me strapped on.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants,
Quoting video games that don't have dialogues,
shabibans,
tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Octopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Inebriard Podcast Network, with new episodes out every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify,
I'm
Stitcher,
Alex West,
or
and I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Hey there, this is R.A. Salvatore, call me Bob, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
back on Trick or Treat Radio. And it is time to talk about a movie. And that movie is Immaculate. That's not a review. That's the title. Although maybe it's Immaculate. We'll find out. And so Immaculate from 2024 is rated R. It is 89 minutes. Raven Shadow, 89 minutes. It is a horror movie from director Michael Mohan, and it is written by Andrew Lobel. Oh, is that Bob Lobel's kid?
That's what I was thinking.
And let me go ahead and talk about the cast. The film stars Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Morte, Simona Tabasco. That's a fucking name, huh?
Simona Joe.
Simona Joe. Benedetta Porcaroli?
These are fake names, Wolfie.
No, they're not. You're the fucking Italian. Why don't you fucking read them?
You talk about.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, these are all real.
How do you say Porca Porcaroli? R-O-L-I. Porcaroli? Is that how you say it, Raven Shadow?
Porcaroli. Porcaroli.
Giorgio Colangeli. Dora
I like
Romano.
Colangeli on my fucking bread in the morning.
Peanut butter and Colangeli.
Peanut butter and Colangeli.
He makes fun of his own goddamn heritage.
I know.
Like me mama used to make.
This one's fun to say. Giuseppe Lo Piccolo.
Yes. From the great, from the northern, actually.
He played Deacon Enzo.
I am Deacon Enzo Amore.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. All right. So let me get to the synopsis here. The synopsis of this film. Cecilia, a woman of devout faith, is warmly welcomed to the picture-perfect Italian countryside where she is offered a new role at an illustrious convent. But it becomes clear to Cecilia that her new home harbors dark and horrifying secrets. All right. So, Raven Shadow, you we're talking a lot about Sydney Sweeney. So what is it about her? I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. So,
and once again, you know what I mean? Like I think real life, women are so much more attractive than
fake women.
The glamour Photoshop stuff. No, she's not that she's fake, but no, she's a very attractive young woman, but she's also very talented, very funny, and she's kind of the new it person. But I think she's done some cool things. Like I said last week, she was on that show Euphoria. That show was kind of all in from what I'm told. And like I said, she did, even though I'm pretty confident the hype is true and it's a piece of shite. I'm just not a fan of what Sony's doing with the Spideyverse.
It's coming to It's coming to Netflix.
It's surprised it's not coming to Tubi or the Roku channel.
Or what was that? What was that short-lived one, MZ? Fuck. There was one of those streaming services that lasted like 6 months. They popped like so much money into it.
Yeah, it begins with a Q.
Yeah, Quibi.
Oh, Quibi.
Quibi. That's it. Yeah.
They've lost so much money on Quibi.
And well, I think it was marketed wrong. She did play my favorite Spider-Woman, Julie Carpenter, who had the black suit spider costume before Parker did with the symbiote. Secret Wars represent. But and all right. There was a big scene in that movie. It could be anyone but you or some shit. A lot of the early campaigns focused on a certain bikini shot that got the internet, a buzz.
Okay.
But it was very funny, very cool, and this is a departure. So I was excited. I think she's got a lot of cool things coming. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Get defensive now, jeez.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dying on the fucking Sydney Sweeney vine. I don't know, fucking whatever.
You wish. Okay, so, and I'm not familiar with the filmmaker Michael Mohan. I know that he's done some other films that are, have gotten some decent praise, including The Voyeurs from, let me take a look here, from 2021. And he also did a TV series from 2018 called Everything Sucks. It's a Netflix original. Anyone see that?
I know. I just picture the reviews.
Jesus. Oh, Sydney Sweeney was in that.
What's
Surprise!
Streaming on
Netflix. Everything
Is that on
Sucks.
Quibi?
No, it's Everything Sucks on Netflix. Okay. Netflix original. There you go.
So it'll be canceled soon.
Well, it's already it's done. I think.
No.
It probably just had a couple seasons.
Right, I'll check it out.
Well, you don't have to. You don't put yourself out. Jeez. It was just one season, I guess.
Okay.
10 episodes. So there you go. But yeah, so I'm not familiar with his work. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so I'm not familiar with anything he's done, but I've heard some good stuff, and I've heard some good praise for The Voyeurs. And so anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Father Tedeschi, he looked familiar to me, but I'm not quite sure if I've seen him in anything else. No, I don't think so. Maybe he just looked familiar, but he was the other, the antagonist, I guess you could say.
With the black hair?
The father, yeah. Alvaro Morte.
Yep.
I just want to chime.
Handsome dude.
That's Father Tedeschi.
Oh, what did I say? Tedeschi?
Tedeschi.
Oh, Tedeschi.
Yes.
All right. Father Sal Tedeschi.
Beat Takeshi.
Beat Tedeschi.
Beat Tedeschi. Beat Tedeschi.
Tedeschi.
Corny says, Anyone But You is a good romantic comedy.
See, and Corny knows.
And he says, I saw Everything Sucks. It was one season. Did everything suck about it, Corny? He'll let us know. All right. So
Is that what he said? He said, I'll get back to you.
No, that's what I'm saying, because I'm not gonna wait. I want to get on with it. So let's talk about Immaculate. So I don't want to put him on the spot, and I don't want to put MZ on the spot, but I'm going to put him on the spot. MZ, you talked about religious horror. I think it was the beginning of last week's show. You talked about, how that and The First Omen and whatever. And also, maybe, is this the return of nunsploitation? I don't know. But MZ, I wanted to get if you had any thoughts about this type of film, and then also your first impression.
Well, after watching this, I can say that this is not nunsploitation in the most traditional sense. It is to a certain degree, but then it tails off, and it becomes a much more, I guess you could say, serious horror film. Because nunsploitation is done out of pure.
It's done out of love.
It's done out of love. Titillation, you thinking, MZ?
Yeah, that's one word that you can use. Like a spectacle or fascination. It's
Would you put it up there like Women in Prison or like the Ilsa movies?
Yeah, it's very gratuitous. Exploitations are very gratuitous. You see a lot of, especially in the lesbianism category, you'll find a ton of that in nunsploitation. But there's also
the Sinful Nuns of St. Valentine.
I guess so. Sure. Yeah. Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun, Demonia, films like that. Flavia the Heretic, Killer Nun. So films like that, yeah, it's all, it's all dealt with the sensationalism of what actually goes behind the convent. Meanwhile, this is, like I said, it's nothing but sensationalism, lesbianism, violence, sexual atrocities, torture, all the wonderful things that makes this wonderful world go round.
Jesus.
No, I mean that lightheartedly, by the way. So I was kind of expecting that from here, from what I understood of the film, and not to mention the fact that it's Italian, okay, and where else other than maybe Japan and Germany are you going to find really hardcore films? Italy, and also a lot of these films are based out of Italy, so that stands to reason that it's possible. Although I will say, having watched this now, it's not exactly that. You do get your torture, you do get your violence, but what you don't get is the sexual situations, be it straight or homosexual, forced or consensual. You get nothing like that here. In fact, there isn't even really any nudity in this film, which I felt was a real downer. Because
of course you did.
Hey, listen up. I'm being serious here, because to watch, to know this is to watch exploitation films, non-exploitation films, and they're loaded with this stuff. I'm just loaded. So when I watched it and realized that aspect of this was not in this film, I'm like, okay, this isn't strictly nunsploitation. It's just a nun story with a whole lot of violence. But once you take that lesbian aspect out of it and the sexual connotations out of it, it doesn't really, it takes a huge weight off of it being called a nunsploitation film. So ultimately, is this a nunsploitation film? Not really.
Just I think religious horror that has nuns in it.
Yeah. And but I mean, the violence is there, but the sexual aspect of it is completely null and void. It's not there. Not even any nudity. And it's a shame too, because Sylvia, what's her name? Sylvia.
Sydney
Sweeney. I mean, I didn't know who she was either before this. I had no idea who she was. She just exploded onto the scene. It's like, okay, great. Who is she? But
she exploded onto Raven Shadow scene.
Yeah. And it's a shame because, I mean, strictly speaking, on her physical attributes, she's got the goods. Okay. And it would be great in a nunsploitation film. But don't get me wrong. She's a decent actress too. She's quite good in this. She's believable. She's sympathetic. She's likable. There's really nothing wrong with her performance here. It's really quite good. But as far as how I feel about the rest of the film, well, we'll be talking about that as we go along.
Okay. So is that's your first impression as well there?
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Raven Shadow?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, listen, I guess I'll preface this by, hey, whatever you do, whatever you're into, whatever you believe, whatever you're into, you don't hurt anybody, whatever makes you go to work in the morning, whatever gives your grandma comfort at night, whatever. I'm just not a fan of organized religion, especially at this, level. And I mean, what gave it away? Their record. But I'm just not a fan of organized religion.
The Catholic Church.
Yeah. I mean, they're not the only ones, but I'm personally not a fan. Like I said, I stopped going to catechism so I could watch season 2 of G.I. Joe. Legit shoot. That was never confirmed. But I was interested into the idea of it, rated R horror movie, the right length, and I know that's been getting a lot of buzz. The First Omen's getting a lot of buzz, and I mean, much like you can't go wrong with Nazi bad guys, you really can't go wrong with clergy bad guys. So it's a good setting, and I was intrigued where it was going to go. I thought a lot of it seemed very, we've seen this before, at least for the first half of the film. And I just don't put yourself in that position, because basically it's like a glorified hospice she's going to take care of dying nuns, and she's an American, and obviously everyone there is like, wow, you're a nun, huh? Like even like the older madam nuns or mother superiors or whatnot were like, really, you sure you want to do this? There's still time. Like,
you're so pretty.
Right, and there was the classic Italian, like I remember from the jump, the fucking sleazy Italian either border people, like
the border police or whatever.
And the thing about that was so toned down, because Italian dudes have no fucks to give. They will leer at you. They don't care how old you are. If
you know that you're speaking from experience. From your own experience? No, your own experience. You're Italian. You're an Italian dude.
Yeah. Half Italian. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying mistakes weren't made.
Half shark alligator, half Italian.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I am a quarter Hungarian.
Half shark alligator, half Italian.
Half man, half squawk. So I was interested, but then little by little, this movie has a little bit of an edge to it sometimes, so I was kind of intrigued.
All right. For me, first impression. So I did see Neon put this out, so I knew we weren't getting your normal sort of Blumhouse sort of horror film, which was good. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I actually, just for the record, I actually watched Megan this past week. Tanya wanted to see it, and I actually thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I was thinking it was just going to be kind of like a more modern, updated sort of Chucky, but but I thought it was pretty good. Anyways, that's an aside. But that's sort of like the Blumhouse fare, right? Like that. What was the one we did earlier this year? Night Swim with Wyatt Russell. So, it's a lot of times they do PG-13 and it's just a little tame, This one didn't hold back, and I was glad of that. And when I saw Neon on the poster, or just being the company that put it out, I was like, okay, I think we're going to be in good hands here. I think this will push things a little bit. So for that, I was thankful, and it did actually. It pushed things a little further than I actually expected in some cases.
Yeah.
But so this movie plays on a lot of tropes, and I feel it actually played into those tropes to subvert your expectations in a way, which I actually kind of dug. So I don't want to say too much about it, but like we saw hooded people, like, cloaked people Druid. In this. Yeah, Druid type. So it seemed like it was going to be one thing, and then it wasn't that thing, but the Catholic Church being like, that's more scary than fucking Satanists right now, right? Like,
yeah, it's like what's scarier if you're in the woods, if you come across a bear or a priest?
So
what do you choose?
Yeah, and I know that this is, maybe it's a little spoilery, and if so, I apologize, but I feel like it's important to mention because, this film felt like it was going to go in the direction of oh, well, they're a secret society, they're secret Satanists or something like that, or whatever, under the guise of being, Catholic nunnery. I don't even know what the fuck you call it.
Skull nunnery.
Convent. That's what I was trying to think. But what we get is, I think, much scarier, because to me, I don't know, Catholic Church is pretty fucking scary. And what they're trying to do seems like something that I would kind of expect from them. And also has something to say about some very important topics going on in the world, and also things that will be on the ballot in this November, which I don't want to fucking think too much about. But so yeah, I think it's a really interesting movie, how it tackles a lot of these different things. Yeah, it relies on a lot of tropes and a lot of things that have come before it, but it also relies on them to subvert some expectations. Does it subvert them all? No, but in a way, I thought it was going one way, and then it kind of went in another, and I enjoyed that part of it. It does get a little bit too sort of mustache twirly villain, I think, at one point, which I feel like he didn't necessarily have to go that far, but I thought the end of the movie was fucking crazy and powerful, and like says a lot. And like, I feel like we have to talk about it, but it's hard because take the name of the movie. I think you guys can understand what's going on in this fucking movie just by the name. They're not hiding what's going on, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, is that too spoilery to talk about what's going on?
No, about what the plot of the film is?
Yeah, about what happens to Cecilia.
I mean, I thought she was really just clean. I thought she really washed clothes timely.
She was like, her clothes were always immaculate. She was clean.
The whites were white. She could do the quarter test on the bed.
Go ahead, MZ.
And we also got to see how well she wipes her ass.
Well, maybe. We don't know if she was taking
maybe.
We don't know if she was taking a dump. I don't know. Because MZ, all girls sit when they go to the bathroom, by the way.
I was just thinking that too. I'm like, can we show him a video, a reel real quick, a clip or something?
No, know that, you dick. No. Exactly. No. The plot of the film is this. It's very simple. It's all about this girl who is a nun, very young, and she goes to Italy to take in her vows. And at some point when she is learning how to be a nun or whatever it is that these women do, she somehow becomes impregnated without any sexual contact.
Right. And they give her the whole fucking, run her through the fucking gamut of like, did you have sexual intercourse? What are you like, blah, 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 like.
I mean, it was all the metachlorians. She had a high count of metachlorians.
I saw this movie as a mixture of Mother and Suspiria.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I saw it as Rosemary's Baby and Suspiria.
Yeah.
Well, we both see it as Suspiria.
Yeah.
But I see it as Mother. I'd like to hear why you thought it was Rosemary's Baby, but to know what Mother is all about is to know, the whole plot of this movie, really. I mean, she's carrying the newborn baby of what would be Jesus Christ, I guess you could say, or God's second child, or whatever you could say.
Yeah. But this is
Frank
different
Christ.
though, because it's not necessarily, it has an element of scientific experimentation, I guess. But that, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the idea. For me, Rosemary's Baby, because it's been a while since I've seen Rosemary's Baby, but she was planning to have a child, right? Like, it just wasn't, it wasn't what she thought it was going to be. But in this, it's kind of like this wasn't what she thought it was going to be. And so it's more or less, it's not like, a close facsimile of what the plot is, just that she's carrying something inside of her, and the Suspiria thing. I mean, I think, yeah, MZ, we're both on the same page. I don't think we have to really explain that, but this convent felt very much like the dance studio in Suspiria, like with all the girls that are around the same age, and they have in this, instead of the teachers, it was the older nuns and whatnot.
Although I would go 50 rounds with Miss Tanner before I even consider taking on any of the cloth. My own self-safety, only for my own safety, because these people are fucking cruel.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, man, I just don't get what people see in wanting to become a nun or a priest, or even being religious for that matter, and being religious up to the point where you feel like you have to join a convent.
Well,
again, but at the same time, I get what they're saying, because there's a lot of pricks, bitches, and bastards that hide behind that fucking holy Bible, that piece of shit book, and they just hide behind it and feel like they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Right. It's almost like a get out of jail free card.
And they also collect $200.
Well, $2 billion. Yeah.
Same time, this is another one of those movies where religion, holy, devout religion, Catholic religion, should be seen as something that's pure, something that's beautiful, that the beams of light from the sky, and clouds and pearly gates and the whole bit, and it as a fairy tale, it sounds wonderful. It sounds like it could be a ball. Pull up to the bar, buddy, and make it a double. You know what I mean? But this is just another one of those movies in which they take that idea of Catholicism and turn it to something that's so sadistically evil that you couldn't possibly imagine anybody in their right mind wanting to have anything to do with it, unless you're just born a sadistic evil fuck. Okay, so it's just another one of those movies that does that, and there's a shit ton of movies that do that. The only religious horror movie that I could think of that follows through with purity and innocence and good and enlightenment and honesty and truth is The Exorcist, because that is pure good against evil.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dealing with a group of people who claim to be good but they are truly evil, Republican Party, this is where it just becomes another one of those movies.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting how things have shifted. Like, if you think about The Exorcist when that came out, what was it, 73?
73.
Yeah. So in 73, I feel like religion or Christianity or Catholicism was viewed a lot differently. It hadn't shown all the cracks yet. Right. I think that happened in, I don't know, I don't quote me on this, but 80s and into the 90s, that's when, like, priests were getting busted for diddling little fucking boys, like, it started to show some cracks. And then that's when religion was wielded like a fucking weapon, weaponized for political gain. And I think people go ahead.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, but I think to your point about the '80s, then you get Pat Robinson motherfuckers, the televangelists,
the televangelists definitely did do
700 Club, those fucking, But to your point, Wolfie,
yeah,
the Jimmy Swaggart, the Jim Bakers of the world.
Yep.
I sinned.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think at that point it was like, okay, this is all a bunch of fucking bullshit, And I mean, Christianity and Catholicism were just fucking stolen anyways. Like, sorry to burst anyone's bubble, but it's all paganism. They just took it and made up their own fucking holidays and made up their own things. Bible's not real, y'all. It's, I mean, it's a book. It's a book.
Yeah, religion is a man-made idea.
It's a construct.
Okay,
yeah. But
it's a man-made idea used to control people. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. It will always be that, and they make a shit ton of money off of it.
But let me just add this, and I am not a religious person, but let me add that there can be value in religion. I'm not saying you shouldn't be religious. I'm not saying that it's wrong. If people follow a path that works for them and allows them to live by a code in which they are good or mostly good to people, then by all means, worship whoever you want to worship, as long as it leads you down a path in which you are a good person. I am all on board with that. And there are some good Christians who try to do their best to do that. So I'm not saying that it's not for me. It's not for obviously it's not for any of us. But I am completely on board with people who want to do that. And for people who also want to embrace spirituality, who in all the different types, if people want to be, a pagan, which if I were to say anything, that would be the closest thing I am in any kind of religion, I know MC, you even studied Wiccan years ago, like, read some books and did some stuff. Yeah.
Bunch.
Yeah. And that's also has a lot of value as well. Like people who follow that path, like that, there can be a lot of value in that. And yes, you can do bad with that too. You can do bad with any religion, as long as it's aimed in the right direction with the wrong, motivation behind it,
100%, man. Whatever gets you through the day, dog. That's totally cool. Like I'm saying, Superman is my favorite character of all time. I will follow Kal-El.
The cult of Clark. The cult of the Clark suckers.
Clark sucker. But I don't like everything in the continuity. You know what I mean? Let alone and yeah, man, whatever, it's fine. But I think really, the weaponized, organized, not paying taxes in the dark side, whether it's people you go to hide out. I mean, once again, it's no, we're not busting your Nana's fucking balls.
Right.
But
right. And I would never
say there's not a lot. Okay.
Yeah, I would never bust anyone for following whatever they want to follow, as long as it leads to a positive outcome. And
don't take away someone's rights, or
right, exactly.
Do it internally, man, or do it in your worship. Don't fuck with other
should
people.
Be a self-practice. You do it because it works for you, and understand that if it works for you, that doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. And you have to allow people to do the right thing, and to do the thing that they want to do, I should say, because the right thing is very subjective. Allow people to do what they feel is the right thing, unless it involves fucking suicide bombings and whatever. Like I'm not, I'm not. There are some religions that are fucked, plain and simple. but it's usually the extreme side of it, because usually there's no religion that is purely evil. It's really the people who attach a message to it. It's kind of like the fuel that drives the fucking car. So yeah, there's no inherently bad religion.
It's a lot like whispering rumor in someone's ear, and then they whisper it to someone else and it changes a little. Then they whisper it to someone else and it changes a little after that. And it keeps going on and on and on and on. And then it becomes a completely warped idea of what the original purpose of that was.
Well, it's also like for instance, like just to use this as an example, I don't want to go too far down this path, but paganism has been co-opted by white nationalists and things like that, because this is the first religion. This is the pure religion. This is
really
like white people. This is their religion. Yes. And so there's been, various symbols. I mean, the fucking swastika is a rune. Right. It's a rune.
Yeah, it's not. It was never originally meant to be what it ended up becoming.
Yeah, it's a fucking Nordic rune.
It's been around for hundreds of years,
thousands of years, and they co-opt it, and now you can't use it, rightfully so, because it has hate associated with it. But there's others like that.
Hasn't even like Thor, some Norse gods, been co-opted too, like Mjolnir and shit like that?
I don't know if you can see. I'm wearing a fucking Mjolnir right here.
Yeah,
I've gotten some some looks. Yeah. I've gotten some looks. Sometimes it's Thor's hammer, and because that's been co-opted by some people. So yes, I mean anything can be taken and can if hate is behind it, it can take on a different meaning. And yeah,
which happens even in the media we love. I mean, there are some fucking shitty ass comic creators that have amazing work that I can't look at this stuff anymore, and even horror, people in the genre creators who we all love the same thing, but you're getting something out of it that I just don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, cops, leave the Punisher alone. He don't like you fucking guys. Cops should not support the Punisher, but whatever, fuck it. Go ahead, MC.
You got to be a certain frame of mind to understand it and to follow it. You just got to be in that. You got to have it in you. You can't just. You can have an interest in it, but unless it's like I guess chemically ingrained in your system, But anyway, let's get back to the movie.
Yeah. Let me just real quick, chat room. Bear Dances says Orgasmo was the only other film that showed religion in a positive light. MZ fucking loves that. Would you agree with that, MZ?
Yes, he's right about everything in what he just said.
Goddamn. Pal.
Well, is he also right in saying that Wolfie nailed the religious gimmick? He said MZ followed the Ewok Wicket. No, Wiccan, not Wicket.
Wicket now.
And Evil Corny says, I'm an agnostic atheist and went to Catholic school. This film gave me a bit of anxiety when I was in the theater. Yeah.
I can believe it because it's a very claustrophobic film.
A lot of it's like close-ups and tight shots too.
Yeah. And when you realize you're in an area where you're pretty much cut off from civilization.
Yeah, completely.
Because when things started getting really heavy in this movie, or in the third act, when things started getting really heavy in this movie, they're like, no, we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. We're taking care of everything we need to take care of right here. And I'll tell you, there's something really shit. There's got to be something really shady going on when you got to have one of those baby monitors and the stirrups in a goddamn.
It's not baby monitor. It's ultrasound.
Ultrasound. And actually, you know what? I did ask that question, and Marion was right. they are dealing with older people, and you need ultrasound to check for like tumors or certain things. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just for babies. It's for
right.
like,
but they were
it could be for your
also
balls, too.
they also had it for a specific reason too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, exactly. But I agree with Raven Shadow here, timestamp, because the whole idea. Because when we think of stirrups, what do we think of? Childbirth.
Sex.
Jesus, what?
A little bit honest here, okay? It's childbirth.
That's a legit shoot.
Let's be honest here, okay? Because first it's childbirth, and then immediately after that, then it's sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately after.
I was thinking like horse riding or something. Is that what?
Yeah. I'm a big Young Guns fan. Yeah.
But I mean, that should, take a little pause for the cause when you do something like that. And the doctor and just the constant harassment on this poor girl Cecilia with the questions and the questions and the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, you really started to sympathize for her, and you have to wonder, did she make the right move in coming here? And I started to notice that she was feeling a little hesitant about joining the order when the
Burnett.
When the I guess you could call him the high priest. I don't know what you call him. Stuck his hand out for her to kiss the ring. The look on her face. He's got this look on it. It's very subtle. It's so well done. She's very subtle about it. She's looking over at her
the father who's translating, or her friend.
Or the nun that was sitting right next to her.
Yeah.
Should I do this? I mean, it's not that obvious, but if you watch her, she does it. Sweeney has such a subtlety about this scene that just says, you know what? She's starting to second guess herself, but she's charging forth with it anyway, and she kisses the ring anyway. But you could already tell that she was meeting up with some resistance when she met up with Isabel, I think it was her name, who was also very well played, by the way. I thought she was great because she had that standoffish attitude about her, and she had that how fucking dare you come to the convent?
Sister Isabel eventually becomes a really interesting character too as things advance.
Yeah, she's really good. And what happens between her and Isabel really starts shaking things up. It's you could see it in Cecilia that she's putting her best foot forward. She's making the best of what she's thinking in her mind it was a poor choice, but she's making the best of what she's making the best of it, and for the most part she's handling it pretty well until the time comes when she is the Immaculate Reception, or whatever it's called, the Immaculate Conception.
The Immaculate Receptionist.
The Immaculate Reception, whatever it's called. The Immaculate. No, Immaculate Conception. That's it. The Immaculate Reception is what it should be called.
It's when a party breaks out all of a sudden without planning.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. I was gonna say something about what MZ had focused on something. So yeah, we went from talking about religion and to how well, actually, let me take a step back. I thought this was a good setup because right away when she learns that she's in this this convent, and there's a bunch of like, it's more or less sort of like a old person's home. Like they take care of the old nuns as they basically, basically die. What is that? Like a hospice, right?
Yeah. Hospice, yeah. Essentially, it's a hospice community.
Yeah,
and she won like none of the month, and got out there like
none of the month.
Like she got the golden ticket to come out like.
No, you're gonna give her the golden ticket with those fucking glasses.
It's true. In a world of immaculate conception.
In a world of pure immaculation.
In pure immaculation.
Oh, God damn it. So I thought that created for some really creepy atmosphere, especially when she'd go check on some of the older nuns at night. I thought that I was like, okay, this is a really cool setting because anything could happen, right? Like there could be a lot of red herrings in regard to what's going on. And even that one nun, the one who had the crosses on her feet, a couple of those interactions with her I thought were really interesting, really well done. And then we also get introduced to the fucking nail, which was I thought that was a nice inclusion. The one thing I would say, I like the idea that this was built on top of catacombs, but I feel like that was almost like checking boxes, like, oh, it's built on old catacombs, and yeah, like we're gonna use them a little bit later. Like it was almost like Chekhov's catacombs.
Chekhov's catacombs. Yeah.
Not that that's. I mean, I like that stuff. I like that scene, but it just was a little contrived because you knew, it was going to go there, right?
It's right. Even Mary said she's like, "Why run down fucking stairs?
Right.
Like, come on."
That's the worst place to go.
Was the lab in the catacombs, or was it It was before it, right? It wasn't in. I don't think it was in the catacombs, right?
I think it was before it.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Because if it was in the catacombs, I think that would have made a little bit more sense.
Right.
Unless maybe it was, and it was like an area that was like boarded off. I don't know. But anyways, I thought the setup was really good, and the opening scene was pretty brutal. With yeah, I thought that was great, and like really strong setup. Really. And the performance by Sydney Sweeney I thought was really good. She was very sympathetic. She played a good character, like you believe that she was virtuous, like she was in this, and she had an event, I think when she was 10, was that what it was? Where she basically 12. Okay, she fell on the ice and got trapped under ice, basically.
Trapped under ice.
Yeah, speaking of Metallica. So she get trapped.
But that's a good gimmick. You know what I mean? Like, because I was once again talking. I'm like, who the fuck joins the clergy nowadays? Like, unless you're denying an instinct that's gonna stay deep inside you till it gets perverted and becomes something dark and terrible. Like, why would you go away?
Well, I mean, it might not make sense to us, but people will have their reasons, and that's fine. Yeah, we would never do it. But think of it like going to join a monastery as a monk, right? Like, I mean, we saw in The Invisible Fight, that guy, he saw fucking badass kung fu, heavy metal, masters, and he was like, that's what I want to fucking be,
For real, even Oliver Queen went to the ashram, the monastery.
Yeah.
But I guess the point is, like, I think she had a life experience that pushed her towards that.
Yeah.
So I thought, and to ignore the elephant in the room, or the pair of them, someone like Sydney Sweeney, it works just from a visual point of view. You know what I mean? Like, because everyone, right? It's kind of weird. She's a real nun.
I don't know.
But it worked. I think it worked.
You don't have to like be fucking fugly to be a nun.
No,
Jesus.
it's not on the job description.
Anybody can have that experience.
Yeah, no, I know. But like,
Jesus.
come on, even the Mother Superiors were like, "You want? We can take your vows tomorrow if you want to think about this." Like,
Are you sure? Maybe, go on Tinder and swipe right a few times. And maybe.
she's swiping to the right.
Oh shit! So
that opening scene was really good.
Yeah.
Especially when things started coming to a head at that opening scene. It's like, ooh, man, there's some heavy Fulci vibes here.
Yeah.
Fulci, heavy Tarantino vibes. And I gotta say, that's also the one thing that I kind of wish they paid a little bit more attention to, was the fact that here you have this movie set in Italy with everybody on screen being Italian, with the exception of Sydney Sweeney, and not one single classic Italian actor.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
From the golden age of horror. It's a missed opportunity. You're
right. I mean,
it was a missed opportunity. I would love to have seen, hell, Barbara Magnolfi. Why the hell not? Edwidge Fenwick. Any of these people. It would have been nice, but what the hell?
Even if it was in just a cameo, like didn't have to be one of the main ones.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree. And who knows? Maybe the director Michael Mohan, maybe he's not really a fan of that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. Maybe it wasn't something that was on his mind because he didn't write the script. So maybe he just really liked it. So that it's possible. But I agree. It would have been a nice little nod to the past, and what's come before it, because this definitely had, sort of like, it seemed like it was influenced by those films in some ways, especially some of the animal violence. It wasn't that hardcore, but
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a something you expect from Euro horror, maybe not specifically Italian, but Deodato was Italian, so I mean maybe, in terms of that, I think there was a few scenes that were pretty gnarly. I know that this doesn't bother everybody, but I know some people are really bothered by fingernails. That fingernail scene was pretty, pretty up there. I would say the scene where she got taken to the hospital was up there. That was what she did was smart, but it was fucking twisted, right? Like she essentially stuffed chicken guts inside of herself.
And that's the point where I'm like, oh, this is taking a bit of a turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was the Charles Durning point.
Yeah, because now this is where I felt like it's all right. It's starting to feel more like an unexploitation film. The violence, not just human violence. Nun on nun, priest on nun, but
nun on nun, priest on nun, priest on priest. Judas Priest on fucking Iron Maiden. I don't
know. But also involving animals into it.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to get somewhere because
now animals are dying. We're getting somewhere.
Honey, I'll be out in a minute.
You told me you were combing your hair.
I was.
It really is at this point. And in the manner in which it was used was really resourceful. It was intelligent, smart, brave. It takes a lot of guts to do something like that.
Literally, yeah.
But in the manner in which it was done, it did. Like Raven Shadow said, it turned this movie up. It turned things around. Things got serious, and kudos for going there. I mean, I don't know if this is if there's an uncut version of this movie coming out. I'm going to assume there is. because I am going to assume that there's a lot more of this kind of stuff in this movie. It could be. I don't could be wrong, but I was impressed with it. And with the amount of blood too, the amount of violence and the amount of blood. I mean, and then with what the nun did afterwards, while they're hauling Cecilia's ass to the hospital.
Yep.
What the nun does to the bed sheets.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucked.
Like, son of a bitch, look at that. Well, all right. Well, okay. Now we got a movie.
Whenever someone rubs their face against bloody sheets,
an angel gets his wings.
The cherub gets his fucking, I don't know, his wings.
Yeah. An altar boy,
Altar boy, yeah. Altar boy shouldn't be getting anything in this regard.
Don't be an altar boy.
Speaking of bear dances, a little while ago, he said, I was an altar boy. Lucky that my church wasn't on the business end of bad priest transfer.
That happened There's so many that didn't.
Yeah. And he also said he posted a GIF of the Immaculate Reception and said Franco Harris's Immaculate Reception. Oh shit. So one thing I want to talk about with this movie, and this is, I understand we're getting a little spoiler, but I feel like this needs, I kind of want to talk about it. So talking about abortion rights, it's a very hot button item. It shouldn't be, but it is, because some motherfuckers want to take away a woman's ability to make a choice. And that is fucked, first of all. And second of all, it's fucking evil. And that's what this movie, like that kind of goes there. And it's,
it's body anonymity or
on body anonymity.
It's very body anonymity, Wolfie.
Exactly, because who other than a man knows what's best for a woman's body?
Yeah, until you've had a fucking period, you have no choice. You have no say in the matter, I think,
It's like Bill Hicks said many years ago. They're going to have them. You guys fucking raise them. You raise them, fuck.
Yeah.
Miss you, Bill.
It's insane to me. So anyways, that was one of the interesting things about this is she didn't want the child. Like, this wasn't something she asked for. And then when
she just wanted to be a good nun.
Yeah.
She wanted to be
and then
like
when it
the
happened,
Dean Rogers of nuns.
And then when it happened, she's like, I guess I go along with it, until she found out how fucked this whole situation was and how she had no choice in the matter. Literally had no choice. And then at that point, that's when I feel it gets to her journey. I'm not going to talk about what happens at the end necessarily, but her journey, I think, speaks to what she wanted her choice to be. And while it does it in potentially gruesome fashion, like, that's her choice. There's actually, let me find it. There's one quote that was put on a movie poster for this. Like, actually, Neon put this quote on a poster. Let me find it.
I think I know what to talk about. There's two of them, I think.
There is.
One was See It with the Kids.
No. So here's one. This isn't the one I was referring to, but here's another one. Diabolical, sacrilegious, pure evil, and grossly offensive. It is profane, and has a third act that spits in the face of all that is holy, just evil.
What?
That makes me so happy.
And so let me find the other one.
See, it's funny.
Okay, here. Go ahead.
It's funny. From a certain point of view, that could be fucking true. But it's for the fucking cloth wearing motherfuckers.
Yeah. All right. So here it is. So here's the quote. It's from it's just from like a Twitter user, I think. So it says, "Libs saw how the anti-woke crowd embraced Sydney Sweeney as their new darling." Is that true? Well, anyways, Libs saw how the anti-woke crowd embraced Sydney Sweeney as their new darling, and right away had to show her in this blasphemous, satanic, feminist, pro-abortion, anti-life movie degrading Christians. This movie also debases Mary, mother of the Christ. That was the quote they put on a fucking poster.
First of all, it's going to take a whole lot to knock Taylor Swift off of that pedestal. Okay,
not true.
Because Sydney Sweeney, as of right now, is not going to do it. Okay, it's going to take about 50,000 Sydney Sweeneys to knock Taylor Swift off of that mantle. I think you guys agree.
Well, listen, I'm glad she's a human being. I mean, from what I hear, she makes music for women who give teethy head. Is what I hear.
What the fuck?
You guys haven't heard that?
No.
I'm glad she's a human being too, dude.
But I can speak to the Sydney Sweeney line. So the reason that she became, and I shouldn't fucking know this much, the reason that she's been apparently like co-opted by some of these fucks is because, in their fucking words, she's a white Caucasian actress with big boobs, and that's not a different demographic.
Weird. Okay.
Yes.
And it was like, what the fuck, guys? Like, attractive women, attractive dudes, like fucking Desi Arnaz fucking broke boundaries, dog. Like, attractive people have always been better than us. Go ahead.
Because she said that she wears a shirt, and I saw the shirt that she wears because of this whole situation. She had a shirt made up, and it says, "Forgive me for having great tits."
You should wear that shirt.
He's up to a C cup.
Yeah, forgive me for having these giant balls.
Forgive Rufus and Ronaldo for existing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about my balls.
Yeah, so I don't know why the anti-woke. By the way, I don't even like to. I cringe when I say that, but yeah, I don't know why that fucking crowd embraced her. I don't know.
And she's like, I'm not with you guys, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you guys fuck you, dude. Like, fucking, yeah. You want to fucking embrace me? Go see fucking Madam Web, son.
Yeah, pay to go see my movies and give me money.
Yeah, I got your money.
Hey,
hey, I got your money.
So, all right. Well, let's start to wind this down because I want to get to the verdict soon. Bear Dances says the third act was pure joy, and then also adds, organized religion and pro wrestling are the same thing at the end of the day. The difference is that one audience knows their belief is suspended, while the other does everything they can to shutter their minds from any thought of the truth.
Wow, mic drop.
I don't know if that's a quote. For someone or Bear Dances just typed that. It's pretty fucking good, though. Yeah, I agree.
Notice how people who get angry about films like this never seem to get angry at how the Catholic Church is portrayed.
Right.
Could it possibly be because it's telling the truth?
Yeah.
So there's that to consider.
Definitely. So what about MZ being the resident gore hound? What did you think of the gru, the blood, the gore in this? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit already, but anything else to add?
Okay, well, I thought it was pretty good. I thought I gotta say it though, man. I thought who was it? Cecilia comes across a character who's like the face of this person is like completely ripped off. I don't know if you remember the scene that I'm talking about.
Yeah, Isabel. She was the one who.
Oh, nothing but a spoiler on that one, huh?
Oh,
but
fuck. Jeez, I thought you were trying to guess the character's name the way you worded it.
No, I was just trying to. If you remember seeing a character, that's why I said a character, not he or a she.
Isabel.
And the face is like completely gone. That, I mean, it looked like one big pulpy red mess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, the way the eye looked in that, it kind of looked a little goofy to me. As far as the violence goes, as far as the gore goes, I thought for the most part it was pretty good. The scene with the chicken in the bed.
Yep.
I thought that was great because it's just one big red mess and it's dark red too. So, it's a deep bloody color. So it's not just like food syrup, food coloring in corn syrup.
To be fair, there are two colors that should never be on a mattress, and that's red and brown.
Yeah. And yellow.
Yeah, and yellow. Yeah.
The immolation scene. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I thought that looked pretty good. Again, CGI fire is not a movie's best friend. And it's going to take a long time for it to be perfected. Okay. I mean, and as far as Sydney Sweeney, during the final scene, I won't get into specifics here. I thought that scene was good because she was just belting out scream after scream after.
That was intense. Yeah.
It was very intense, and I hope that was a one and done shot because man, if she had to do 4 or 5 or 6 of those, that would wipe her out because she belted it out there, man. She belted it out there, and as far as the final shot goes, oh, that was great.
I think the only thing I would say about the catacombs that I liked the sort of end of that scene, like where it sort of ended up. I thought that was a great location, and you may not have been able to get that otherwise. But I thought that was a great place to have that final scene.
It was very Temple of Doom.
It was a little bit. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But the end scene was, it was intense. And the biting, like that bit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a shocking ending, right? Like,
yeah, that had reminded me of Ruggero Deodato's Jungle Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where that happens, and also in John Waters' Female Trouble to a certain extent.
And I did enjoy the music. I thought the music was good. The sets were great. This film, to me, it seemed like it had a very muted sort of palette, and I think that it seemed intentional to me that it was muted that way because this is sort of like a bleak world, and I felt like it got maybe a little bit more colorful towards the end. That scene.
Interesting.
I don't.
With the green grass.
Yeah.
The foliage.
Yeah. I don't know for sure if that is the case because I wasn't really paying attention. But now that we're talking about it, I was just commenting on how, it seemed very washed out, very gray. And then we go through the catacombs, it's very dark. And then it opens up into a lush,
Yeah.
You're out of the woods. Like fucking.
Dude, I I think we were definitely seeing this movie through Cecilia's eyes, and I think that color palette plays a big part in that because after she kissed that ring, she, at that point she was kind of doubting herself, as to whether or not she's making the right choice. And I'm thinking, well, because of that, like the life in her has kind of died out. And with that, the color in her life has died out. So we get these muted, faded out colors. And it isn't until the end that things like you were saying, Raven Shadow, the lush greenery and the nice sky and everything like that, the white clouds coming out really, really bold, because at that point she was alive again. Mm-hmm. She was getting her life back. In a sense. So how I look at it.
Yeah, I think so. But I think I'm curious. Like, I wonder how is this an empowering movie for some people? I will say that this was a tough watch for Tanya because she doesn't do well with torture, and there was some scenes in this that were bordering on that. And the end scene, even though it wasn't torture, was torturous to watch in a way. I guess it could be torture, but
there's a particular decision that was made that was like, that's not how you do that.
Or is it?
Yeah, I don't think that's how you do that.
If you look at it from an outsider's point of view, you see that the torture begins the second she walks in.
Yeah, true.
Everyone else doesn't feel that way because they're clouded by religion. So normal people like us would notice this.
And that's fair. I think I guess I'm gonna get ahead of it before my final thought, but I like this discussion a lot, and I think I like that we're all very similar. I think getting all the tropes, you are uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck are you doing? From our point of view, every decision, every interaction, I was squirming on the couch. What the fuck?
And honestly, we should squirm because that's it. Some of this borders on what a woman might go through, and basically the choice is taken out of her hands and she has no agency to decide what she wants to do.
Right.
And the fact that this decision was driven by the fucking Catholic Church is not lost on me. It's not quite super handholdy until you try to explain it like that. And then it's like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, the Catholic Church made her get, pregnant and then wouldn't allow her to, and forced her to have the baby. Yeah, okay.
And some of the methods for keeping her there were pretty fucking diabolical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Sizzler.
Sizzler. You gonna go to Sizzler for dinner?
Yeah, I got a steak and a baked potato.
Steak tato.
Yeah. Let me get a steak tato, please.
So I'm trying to think. I think we covered a lot of ground here. We did get a little bit too spoiler, or maybe a little more spoiler than we normally get, but I feel like it was important to do so.
From something Josh said, did you boys pick out some of the Italian music references?
Oh, that's a good point. No, I did not.
I remember Ave Maria. That was about it.
Let me take a look.
Ave Maria, what's that?
Maria.
Ave Maria. This is the musical episode.
I'm just let me see here. Bruno Nicolai, is that composer? Yeah, Ave Maria.
Gio and was it like Pino Donaggio? Or,
Bruno Nicolai. Okay, so he died in 1991. He scored Django in 1966, Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. It says Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but obviously he didn't compose that. Some music was used for it. But he did. Let's see. I mean, a lot of movies. I'm just trying to find some others that might stick out. But that has to be it. Story of a Cloistered Nun. Have you ever seen that, MZ, from 73?
I have not seen it, but I have heard of it.
Okay, so that's could be one. But yeah, so Bruno Nicolai, there's two songs used. Wait, was it just one actually? La Dama Rosa something or other. Let me see if I can find out what movie this is from, because yeah, that's a good point that Josh, I'm glad you remember that. The Red Queen Kills 7 Times.
Yes.
So it was the reprise from that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. That's a giallo.
What gave it away? the convoluted name.
Yeah.
I actually was just going to say it has to be a fucking giallo with that title.
Yeah. Black Belly of the Tarantula is another one.
Let me see what this other one is. So there's another one from Bruno Battisti De Mario. Let's see what this is. Bruno. Sorry. Just trying to find out what he has done. Wow. A lot of stuff. That's why I'm like, whoa. And of course, I'm looking at the Italian Wikipedia page. So let me translate this real quick. All right. So what did he do? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll continue to look and see if I can find. But he has a lot of different albums. So yeah, I'm not sure what song or what movie. Oh, it says courtesy of Four Flies. Did he do the music for
Four Flies in Grey Velvet?
Yeah.
No, that was skipping me. This was before Goblin. It wasn't Keith Emerson.
Sergio not Sergio Stivoletti. He's the effects guy.
He's the makeup guy. Yeah. Offhand, it's throwing me off right now.
Okay.
It's not coming to me.
Let's see. Well, let me just play a little bit of music from it. See if. This is the song that was in the movie.
Yep.
Can you play like that, Raymond Shadow?
Yes. Din, 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 din. I see a little silhouette of a man.
Yeah, I don't. Josh is probably going to school us when he calls in next time, but yeah, I don't recognize it. But yeah, those are the two songs that were used from other things. So, so there you go. There's that. Glad you brought that up, though. All right, well let's head to the verdict on this one.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, might help if I stop that music first. That's our verdict music.
That's awesome.
Let it go. Play it. Yeah. Why not?
Oh, I stopped it already.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Immaculate was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. MZ.
This is not really an exploitation film or an exploitation film. Some tropes of that subgenre is absolutely missing from this movie. Although there are other tropes in this in nunsploitations that are in this movie, but that doesn't make it a nunsploitation film. So no, this is not nunsploitation, unfortunately. And so I can't rate it for being what it's not. I can only rate it for what it is, and it's good. Sylvia Sweeney is a very likable character.
Sydney.
You know,
Sydney.
What did I say?
Sylvia.
Oh, who the fuck is that? Okay. Okay. Sydney Sweeney. She's very good in this. Quite good. She's a likable character. I like how as things start picking up steam for her, that her normal outside persona kind of comes through a little bit, where she drops a couple of F-bombs and, you know, I mean, how many nuns do you know use the word puke? So, you know, I like how she kind of brings a little bit of her outside personality into the convent when things start picking up. And rightfully so. You know, you can't be like, oh, praise Jesus, God, help me, please, George, please, or whatever. I thought everybody in this movie was really good, believable, and the male lead in this movie is very threatening.
Yeah.
He you know, not only because, you know, well, not only because, I should say mainly because he's a man, you know, and men in a nun's convent are like basically the king rooster in the hen house, okay? And it's not a good thing, you know.
I'm the king of the castle, you're a dirty rascal.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. The violence is good, the gore is good, the ending I loved. It's not perfect. There are some situations in this film where I feel like I wish it kind of took it a step further. Where I feel like also, if they wanted to make this an exploitation film or a nunsploitation film, that show these things and not go along with the idea of, well, less is more. No, more is more when it comes to exploitation films. That's how they gain that reputation. But there's enough here that to satisfy you know, an exploitation fan, but don't expect over the topness. You know? But like I said, it's good. It's well shot. The muted colors, like Wolfie was pointing out, play a big part in this. I think that was intentional. Scores are very, very good. Locations are very, very good. Everything here is really, really good. Is it perfect? No, but it is a decent watch. This is a treat.
All right. Treat from MZ. How about you, Raven Shadow?
Again, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. I think we're on the same page. Wolfie, I do agree with a lot of the things you said, especially about lulling you in and then subverting expectations. Like, it definitely gave me like, well, we've seen this before. Well, what's going on here? And then when it turns, it's definitely interesting. You know, I really liked the science and sorcery, if you will, combination. And I thought that was different. I've read a few comments in our like Facebook, like, you know, peers. I think we're all very similar in some of the same, you know, we see the same feeds. And it talked about, I've seen some things where like, what was it? Omen -1. What is it? The first Omen. I've read some people that said that they might have thought that it had a similar ending. I didn't see that movie. I saw this one, and I thought it took a turn. And I'm like, oh, it's going here. We also didn't discuss the barn scene. That was also particularly pretty gruesome for a certain character. So, and listen, I know my mark. She's young. She's 26 years old, Sydney Sweeney. But so far, for her cred, despite the box office or whatnot, she's dabbled in your HBO Max type, you know, hardcore show. She's done superhero stuff. She's done rom-coms. She hosted Saturday Night Live. And she did a horror movie that really went in, particularly in the third act. So I'm really fascinated about what she does in the future. I think she could do a lot of different roles. And this movie got pretty intense. And it's been a while, Wolfie, but I sent the yo text.
You did. And I was shocked that it came over the weekend and you had actually watched the movie. That's why I was like, what?
It's true. I'm like, oh, this is gonna end this way. Oh, and yeah, no, I popped for its darkness, and I think I don't know where this term was term was coined, but the good for her moments, and this movie had some good for fucking her moments, and yeah, I would say this is a treat.
All right. For me, yeah, this is a treat. I think while this went hard, I feel like it could have actually gone a little harder at times.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a couple moments where, like, I feel like there was a little bit of a mustache twirling moment with the antagonist, the father. You know, I think there's a couple things that, you know, it's not a perfect movie, but it does a lot of good things. And one thing I just wanted to read, I was kind of looking through just IMDb here because I was looking for information about those songs. But it says Sydney Sweeney auditioned for this film in 2014 when she was 17, but the project never materialized.
Wow.
Years later, she took on the role of producer and reached out to the writer, acquired and revised the script, hired a director, found financiers, and sold the film to Neon. So she's really a driving force behind this. So that's pretty cool. You know, I like when people can get to a point where, you know, creators, performers, actors, actresses, whatever, where they can start calling their shot, so to speak, you know?
Yeah.
So it seems like in a way that she helped really bring this to light. So, and I think it's definitely, I think it's, I know I can just see Raven Shadow is going to shake his head, but I think it's an important film to watch because these are the kind of experiences that we as men, I feel it's important for us to see. You know, granted, this is a horror movie about a woman who is forced to be pregnant and, you know, whatever. But I think we can at least glean enough from that to understand kind of what's going on behind the scenes and what it's trying to say. And I think anything that can kind of just lift that curtain, you know, a little bit to give us some insight into what it might be like for a woman. You know, I think that this did a good job because this is a horror movie. That would be a horror movie in real life, right? If a woman, you know, didn't have the ability to get an abortion if it made sense for her. or risk fucking going to prison. What the fuck? Like, so even if it's just a tiny, like, sampling of what that might feel like, that gives us the ability to have maybe a little bit more empathy, and I think that that's important. That's what's important is even if it's done in a fantastical way, if it's fictionalized, if it's done in a horror movie, still we can, I think, relate to that, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think the metaphor is a little bit on the nose too. Like, if you don't get the X-Men gimmick by now, like go back to school like fucking Billy Madison because you're fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like it could be our milk. How about you, Sideburns? But like, yeah. I mean, yeah, fucking like, fuck.
Yeah.
You have something grow inside you.
Yeah, no shit.
See what happens.
You have a fucking period for like 5 days out of a fucking month, and then we'll see how things fucking go.
I couldn't fucking smoke for 15 fucking days, Wolfie. I was out of my fucking mind. Let alone fucking having fucks. You fucks. Stop being dicks.
So yeah, I mean, this did a lot of good, and I like that it did go a little harder than a lot of horror movies that we've seen, and I think that's important in a movie like this. So yeah, treat for me. I think a lot of people will dig this, and I could see some other people not. That's it. It's probably going to be a bit of a divisive film, but I mean, I honestly feel that's better. If everyone likes a movie, or if people think it's just okay, like, that's not really fun. So I like that it took some chances, and it went in this way. So yeah, good on Sydney Sweeney and Sweeney Todd. I mean, Michael Mohan, for putting out a pretty hard R horror movie. I like it. So. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up our discussion of Immaculate. This is one I would still like to get some thoughts on. So if anyone out there does get a chance to watch this in the next few weeks to months, and you want to report back and let us know your thoughts, please do so. I'd love to hear what people thought of this one. And next week. So we're doubling down on feminist films, I think, here.
Oh, Snoop.
What does that mean? What do you think?
You tell me, Wolfie. I'll tell you if I agree with you.
All right. Next week, we were going to do something else, and I saw this. So this film actually dropped on VOD this past Friday. I was so tempted to do an Audible, but I was also very anxious to see Immaculate, so I wasn't about to do an Audible, but I thought about it for half a second. But next week we'll be doing the latest film from director Rose Glass. If you remember, Rose Glass did the film Saint Maud, which was pretty well received. I fucking loved it. I don't remember. I think MZ loved it. I don't remember Raven Shadow.
I think I did. I think Marion popped for it too.
Okay. So it's the latest film from Rose Glass, and it stars Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien. And
What's
that
it called?
movie is Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's an action adventure crime, but I'm pretty sure there's some horror, finger quotes, in it. And the synopsis, it doesn't say too much, so don't get too concerned. Gym manager Lou falls for Jackie, a bodybuilder who is passing through town en route to a competition in Las Vegas. And it also has Jenna Malone, Ed Harris.
Who is that? Oh, from The Rock?
Yes, you know who Jenna Malone is.
Do I?
Yeah.
Could you tell me?
She was in Neon Demon. She was one of the characters in that. She played young Ellie in the movie Contact. Did you ever see any of the Hunger Games?
Yeah. When it was called Battle Royale, but yeah.
She was a character named Johanna Mason. She also was in Batman v Superman. She was cut out. She was fuck. I think essentially she was what's Batgirl's name?
Oh, God. Barbara Gordon?
I think she was like a Barbara Gordon type character. I don't know if she was named Barbara Gordon.
I think you're right. Release the B versus S B cut. BVS cut.
The BVS cut.
Or don't.
She was in a bunch of other stuff. Oh, she was in Sucker Punch. She was one of the girls in Sucker Punch.
Oh, yeah. Was it Jenna Elfman?
No. Not Jenna Elfman. Jenna Malone.
Oh.
So, yeah. So that's what we're doing. We'll do Love Lies Bleeding.
Okay.
And it is the latest film from Rose Glass and stars Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien. Katie O'Brien, cool. If you're not familiar, she was in the Mandalorian. She was in was it season 2 and 3?
Of course she was.
She plays one of the Imperial characters.
Okay.
Huh? What? I didn't hear what you said.
I said, of course she does.
What
does
that mean?
In the Mandalorian.
Everyone's in the Mandalorian?
Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Still waiting for that call.
Well, I don't think a week has gone by that you haven't said, well, this person was in this and this and in the Mandalorian.
Well, it didn't happen this week. On this week's movie, I mean.
The Mandalorian should have some snuff organizers.
This film also has Keith Jardine. Wasn't he a UFC fighter?
Shit.
Anyone know? No?
I don't think we're UHF guys.
UHF? UFC?
We got it all on UFC. We kick it in the balls. Come on.
And also, I think Tate Fletcher is also. I think he was also.
Tate misbehaving.
Oh, Tate Fletcher's in Mandalorian. Look at that. Oh no, Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett. I'm sorry. He was Paz Vizsla.
Yeah, obviously, he was Paz Vizsla.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Much. I approve of the point. Thank you very much.
It's crazy where Master Zero just is right sometimes. Like he was right about Will Smith. He was right about The Mandalorian, 6 Degrees of Mandalorian.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Keith Jardine. Yeah, he was in UFC. I knew. Mean Keith Jardine. That's him.
That's clever.
All right. So Love Lies Bleeding next week. It's on VOD. Check it out and let us know what you think. I'd love to hear from some folks. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. I'm really curious to watch this one with Tanya because it has bodybuilding in it, so she'll have some insight. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for the show. I mean, I don't think we have any voice messages. Let me just double check. Look at this, MZ. It's close to 11. You're gonna get to take the dog out, go to bed.
Is that a euphemism for jerking off?
Probably.
On your birthday, I'm taking the dog out. I'm in the bathroom.
Let's see here. Yep. All right. So yeah, we're clear. Let me just check all the chat rooms. Worms with Teeth, what's up?
Oh shit!
Worms with Teeth is on YouTube and says hello. was very disappointed in Immaculate. The birth and abortion themes not developed enough. Started off A24, turned into bad B movie. Absolutely fucking slop. I wanted something a bit more subtle. Didn't mind the violence, but it just there's something but it's just super silly. Okay. Yeah, and that's that's kind of what I was thinking. It's not going to work for everybody. But
and that's fair. That's fair. But I love worms with teeth. Thank you.
And Bear Dances says this has been on my list. I think he is talking about Love Lies Bleeding, and said The Villager was Jenna Malone in that. Is that maybe he was talking about Jenna Malone? And he said she wanted Mando to settle down with her.
Nice. That's Sam Malone's daughter, right?
Maybe. All right. So I think that's it for the chat rooms. Let me just Yep. Okay. Chat room's done. No voice messages. Anything else you guys have?
Nope. Not really.
There's a couple other movies that I hope we get to that I wanted to do, but when Immaculate and Love Lies Bleeding got VOD releases, I wanted to bump those up. So hopefully we get a chance to do some of these other movies in the next few weeks. But it looks like we should. I'm a little bummed out. I haven't talked to them in a while, but the Zombie Girls website they haven't been updating the VOD.
Oh. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, Rachel was in Salem this past weekend, and it was a bummer. I wanted to get out there to connect, but with my healing up process, it wasn't able to. Mary and I weren't able to get out there, and that was a bummer. But we did chat a little bit about our shared love for Steve James from the American Ninja franchise. And that was pretty awesome. Which has lent me to watch both American Ninja 1 and 2 over the last 3 nights.
Wow. Look at you doing extra credit here.
Yeah, no, I love Michael Dudikoff and Steve James. They were the original Power Man and Iron Fist to my, 11-year-old eyes. And I got to watch like watching American Ninja 1, as much as I adore it, nobody will get this, but I feel our backyard wrestling league, NCW, had better fight sequences than that first picture.
You may be right. It's been a while since I've seen him, but
legit, like maybe not only my one match with Joey Tron, but like literally, like we've had some fucking, Messler, what the fuck, the 5-star fuck would put our shit over the fight sequences in American Ninja 1. But
Uncle Dave Meltzer.
Uncle Dave. But 2 is still a masterpiece in my mind. And I love Joe Armstrong and Jackson.
Holy shit! I haven't even thought about American Ninja in a while. That's crazy. Yeah, they used to be on HBO a lot, right?
Oh, all the time. Dude,
okay,
all the time.
That's
actually, oddly enough, and I sent this image to Rachel too. The Colonel's daughter in American Ninja 1 was the brunette from Weird Science.
I was just about to. I literally split second before you said that. I was like, "Holy shit!" Judy Aronson is in this.
And this scenes with her and Jackson, who was also in Weird Science. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. Is there anyone else from Weird Science in this?
Yeah. It'd be great if like Anthony Michael Hall was the American Ninja.
Probably better fight scenes.
It probably would have been better fight scenes.
Did you see American Ninja 5?
Because 3, I think it didn't have Dudikoff, but I think it had
Steve James is in 3.
Yeah.
3 says David Bradley.
David Bradley, yeah. David Bradley became the new American Ninja, which I don't know why Dudikoff didn't do it.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
But I mean, I love seeing the Globus, Guy Globus Mannheim, credits and the Canon Film logo come into it.
Pat Morita was in part 5. Poor Pat.
Part 5?
Yeah. David Bradley stars.
How long did Steve James go?
He's not in this one. So James was in 3. Let me see if I can find, 4. Oh, Michael Dudikoff's back in 4. He came back with David Bradley. And I don't see Steve James in this one. So I think 3 was his last.
Wait. That's like some Bourne Supremacy shit. Bringing Renner and Matt Damon.
Yep.
2 is the Evil Dead 2 of the franchise. Spidey 2, it's a masterpiece.
It's a master something.
3 I liked, but I okay. Oh god damn! I fucking adore American Ninja.
So this is not American Ninja, but I guess sort of tangentially related to Pat Morita. But I saw that the last season of Cobra Kai got announced.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 3 parts. It's 15 episodes in total. I think July. I don't have the date in front of me. Let me see. Actually, I'll pull it up. I think
July, November, and then I think the final part's in 2025.
Okay, so yeah, 15 episodes be released in 3 parts, with the first premiering on July 18th, part 2 on November 28th, and then the finale event later in 2025. So I guess that's a good way to kind of stretch it out, and maybe they can deliver the first few a little earlier and then do post-production on the remaining 10 or something. But
the only thing is, I really thought the last season ended perfectly. Like it could have been done.
Yeah, it could have. You're probably right.
So I fear that, because they're also doing like a movie with Daniel. I think aren't they blending the Jackie Chan version with Daniel LaRusso?
I don't know.
Ralph Macchio?
Is that a thing?
I think it is. Which is kind of weird, but I have adored that show. I just thought it ended perfectly.
Yeah.
But I hope they can give us one more time for old time's sake.
Yeah, we'll find out. MZ, we were just kind of delaying, but we were talking about Cobra Kai announced their last season and the dates. Did you see that?
No.
It's going to be in 3 parts. Part 1 will be July 18th, probably 5 episodes, and then part 2, November 28th, and then the finale event later in 2025. So I'm guessing if there's 15 episodes, it's probably going to be 5, 5, and 5.
5, 5, yeah.
Unless they go like 6, 6, and 3, or I don't know, whatever the fuck. But
nice.
So yeah, so a little Cobra Kai coming soon in a few months, and last thing is in the chat room, Bear Dances says, by the way, Salem Horror Fest took a beating this year through no fault of their own. A celebrity bailed and they had to give refunds and ate a massive amount of money. Donation links should be up soon for them. Great people and festival. Support if you can.
Oh,
that's
yeah, that
too
was
bad.
the
I
event.
didn't hear about that.
Oh, shit.
Do you know?
Yeah. Do I know who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? I mean, not that we're gonna shit talk him, but
Kathy Najimy.
Oh, from
was it Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus. Yeah, that was a big get.
Oh,
that sucks.
Reminds me of the Walking Dead year.
Was
that Rock and Shock?
Was she sick or anything wrong, or she just no show?
Idea. I have no idea what the situation is. She must have a good reason. I mean,
I hope so. Yeah, I mean that. Otherwise, that's shitty. I know a lot of people traveled for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It happens. I mean, I get it. But yeah, as Bear Dances says, donation link. Yeah, it sounds like they ate a lot of money on that then. So that sucks. If we happen to see a link, we can, for whatever it's worth, we can put it out there too. All right, well, that's going to do it. So we're going to wrap up the show. Let's say our goodbyes, starting with MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Raven Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
All right, Wolfenstein. Oh, that's me. Yeah, so that is going to do it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Listen to us blather on about movies and all kinds of nonsense. But we appreciate it. And next week, we'll be talking about the film Love Lies Bleeding from director Rose Glass, starring Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien. I've been looking forward to this one. Should be an interesting watch for sure. And that's it, I guess. So yeah. So next week, hopefully you guys come join us. If you have thoughts about the movie, send them our way. podcast@trickortreatradio.com and join us for the live show. It'll give you wings, Raven Shadow, right?
Yes.
Or you'll get a pair of glasses like Raven Shadow. Have we been in Wonka Vision all episode?
Oh, fucking Wonka.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to do it. So thanks, everyone. And we'll see you guys next week. See you.